Good evening, everybody. Today, I am going to tell about target delineation of glioblastoma in radiotherapy aspects. I am Dr. Kanhucharna Patro, neuroradiation oncologist. So, if you go to the guidelines, the most of the guidelines we follow is ISTRO-ECROP guidelines, that compares the URTC and RTOG comparison. Another is the MR-Linac International Consortium Research Group Evaluation. Another is the energy group guidelines. And if you see all these things, if you compare, if you this table, see the upper part WHO grade for glioma, the most of the trials URTC 22981 and URTC 26981 and RTOG 0825. So if you see, most of the URTC is the single phase study. Single phase treatment is 60 degree in 30 fraction. That is the GTV6 surgical cavity and enhancing component. CTV is GTV plus 2 to 3 centimeter and PTV is 0 to 5 mm. Phase 1 in RTOG group, phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1 is 46 in 23, phase 2 is 14 in 7. In phase 1, 46 in 23, that includes GTV plus enhancing component, player abnormality with 2 centimeter margin as a CTV and 0.5 centimeter margin as a PTV. In phase 2, the GTV plus enhancing component plus 2 centimeter margin as a CTV and 0.5 margin as a PTV. So the margins are more in the RTOG part. URTC is slightly lesser. So before going to the planning, we need some prerequisite. We have a prerequisites: pre-op scan, pre-operative finding, perioperative finding, HP report, ISC marker, and molecular study and planning MR. So pre-op scan, why we should understand the T1 contrast to need the enhancing component, T2 plate, so the plate in hyper intensity abnormality, diffusion weighted image to need the area of diffusion restriction, and you can see the ADC map and diffusion. Pre-op scan, again it is guide to your solid part, cystic part, T2 abnormality area, diffusion restricted area. If you have a perfusion scan, hyperperfused area, and MRS gives you a colon peak area. So these are the very important factors that then pre-op scan can guide us. So if you see the analysis of the images, pre-op scan, there is, you can see here the image, but if you give contrast, the part is more hyper intense around the cystic area. And if you see in the T2, you can see the various T2 hyper player abnormality, and if you go for the angiogenesis, you can see the hyperperfused area also in that area. So you can see the T2 area is more, and you can see the more enhancing part in the T1 contrast. So if you have a diffusion tensor imaging facility, you can see the white matter tracts and disease progression, disease infiltration in the white matter tracts also, and you can see here. So if there is a PET scan, FET PET and a methionine PET, if you there, if you have in a if you have an high chance of accuracy. You can see here the T1 contrast abnormality is not crossing the opposite to the opposite area, but PET shows that it is crossing to the opposite area. But considering the PET into the target delineation is not determined. Hope in future studies they will include, or according to the availability of the imaging. So operative notes also important. We have to see the solid part, cystic part, necrotic part, total, either surgery notes, either total taken out or some residual is there, you can get from that. Pathological finding: what is the size, whether hypercellularity, nuclear atypia, microvascular proliferation, necrosis we can find. It is shown that the IHC and molecular findings, if you see in a pathological grade, if it is grade 3 and grade 4, you can see the microscopic extension is around beyond 2 centimeter, 2 to 5 centimeter in the grade 4. and if it is a type 1, type 2, type 3 um, uh, preoperative tumor location you can see here, and methylated, unmethylated, methylated area, methylated GBMs have a higher area of extension, and unmethylated is a slightly less extension. Like IDH mutation, it is a mutated, is a less infiltrative, and but wild type has a more infiltrative, and co-deleted has a less infiltrative, and non-co-deleted is a more infiltrative. You can see the microscopic extension in the vertical line, and the parameters in the x-axis. So this is the but the molecular profiling, it is not, has not taken into the account in the glioma consideration, but it in future it will help us to guide the guide us in better way. So planning scan should be CT scan with 1 to 3 mm, no gap, no tilt, neutral neck with mask and contrast scan. Planning scan MRI, it should be 1 mm, no gap, no tilt, neutral neck, 512 matrix, full FOV, cortex to C5. CTMR should be done with a minimal time gap. Both CTMR needs contrast scan. PET or MET or PET may be useful in context of re-radiation, and you need an FSPG or MPRES 3D 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 and contrast sequence. So if you want to plan for the phase one single phase treatment is URTC, two phase treatment is the RTOG. So what should be our GTV? GTV always should be surgical cavity plus residual enhancing part. So careful, secondary glioblastomas may also, with the non-enhancing areas in secondary glioblastoma may component of tumor. So it is, if it is a primary glioblastoma, it should be enhancing component and resection cavity, but secondary glioblastoma non-enhancing area also very important. What should be the CCTV? Based on various articles, enormous articles are there, that 2 centimeter is applied along the white matter tracts, but reduced with anatomical barriers, and CTB modified according to the T2 and flare abnormality. So microscopic extension, though usually microscopic extension heterogeneously distributed across the different types of glioma according to the tumor location, molecular type, which indicated the CTB delineation should be individualized. But these are mostly molecular based target delineation, mostly in the trial basis. We have to use very cautiously. So if you see the comparison I have shown before, in a single phase treatment, GTV plus residual enhancing part, CTV GT plus 2 cm, PTV CTV plus 3.5 mm. But in RTOG, these are the various trials, 0525, 0825, 0913 Avagilua trials. So all have a two phase treatments. Phase 1 GTV plus enhancing component, T2 flare abnormality plus 2 cm is the for the 46 gray. For another 14 gray GTV surgical cavity enhancing component 2 cm CTV should be the phase 2 part. So how to trim ourselves? Trimming is the cream behind is the trimming is very important, and the main cream is the trimming. So trim yourself, but how? You have to trim out about inner table of skull, falx, ventricle, optic apparatus, brainstem, and tentorium. So when you are doing the CTB del after giving 2 cm margin, trim, you have to trim the from the skull. So a skull is a barrier. So how to trim? If you trim in the brain window, you are missing some brain tissue, there may be a recurrence. So you can see here the green line where the CTV is lining, but if you take in a brain window, bone window, you can see the gap of the normal brain tissue in the in brain extension. So always trim with bone window, not in the brain window. Falx area, that is also always a confusing whether should include go to opposite or not. You can see here that it is, if it is trimming along the, it is confined to one side, CTV should be 5 mm beyond flux. So if it is a flux, it should be goes beyond 5 mm along the behind the plaques. If there is a ventricular area, you should include 0.5 centimeter of ventricular area if CTV extension. Beyond 0.5 centimeter, no need, and you can trim. So CTV does not need to exclude from the ventricle and should be included event of ependymal and leptomeningeal involvement. If CT is overlapping when ventricle, should be 5 mm beyond ventricular wall should be taken. Trimming of the optic apparatus, if the two things, T2 abnormality and contrast. If contrast part is encroaching the optic apparatus like optic nerve, optic chiasm, optic tract, you should not exclude or should not trim. But T2 flare abnormality you can trim, but CTV should be limited by without additional margin the optic nerves, chiasm. However, the optic tract should not be excluded from the CTV when the GTV is contiguous anatomical with optic apparatus. Trimming around the thalamic area, it is seen that the thalamus has thalamic interadhesions present most human brains. Consideration should be given to extend the CTV into the contralateral thalamus if the enhancing T2 flare abnormality encroaches the medial thalamus. So if there is a medial thalamus encroachment is there, you can go, your CTV can go to opposite side. Trimming along the brain stem. So if any brain tumor having along the internal capsule, temporal lobe and thalamus, that is again a tricky situation. The brainstem is anatomical barrier when the enhancing T2 flare abnormality not situated along the contiguous white matter pathway. However, for the tumors located in adjacent structures along white matter tracts like thalamus, internal capsule, the CTV should extend into the brainstem. So brainstem is a barrier, but if T2 hyper intense abnormality crosses to the brainstem in case of internal capsule, thalamic and area glioblastomas, you should include. But part of the whole half of the brainstem should be included or not, it is a controversial. So if the hyperintense area is not involving the brainstem, exclude. If involving the brainstem, include. So in summary, GTV is your cavity plus enhancing area. CTV, GTV plus 2 centimeter and include flare abnormality. Cream is on trim. Trimming is the skull in bone window, 5 mm along the ventricle and falx if applicable. Intrathalamic extension of CTV needed if the medial part of the thalamus involved or T2 hyperabnormality. Thank you very much. Before completing, there is a adult brain tumor consortium guideline where GTV with CTV with the 0.5 margin. GTV to CTV is 0.5 margin, but is it correct? Whether we should adopt ABTC guidelines, adult brain tumor consortium guideline, we should not jump, we should not go except now. Let's wait for some time whether to adopt ABTC guidelines or not. Thank you very much for the one watching.